Very good afternoon, dear listener. Welcome this edition of Lunchtime News on Liberty Radio. I'm Esther Akiiki. These are the headlines. Mpuga Nabanja discuss missing opposition supporters, while this longest-serving president starts a sixth term. The news in detail. The leader of opposition, Matthias Mpuga, has again met the Prime Minister, Robina Nabanja, over missing opposition supporters. The two met on Thursday in the office of the Deputy Speaker, Thomas Tayewa. The meeting was also attended by the Minister of Defense and the Minister for Information and National Guidance and the Government Chief Whip. This is not the first time Nabanja and Mpuga meeting over the matter. In an earlier meeting, Mpuga was required submit a list of those allegedly abducted and the places of their abduction. In March 2021, the opposition presented before Parliament a list of 423 missing people. This was after the Minister of Internal Affairs, General J.J. Odom, tabled before Parliament a list of 177 Ugandans in state custody. Mpuga also submitted different lists of missing supporters upon the request of the government following a meeting that was chaired by the Deputy Speaker. On Thursday, Mpuga declined demands to resubmit a fresh list of the abductees and asked the Prime Minister and her team to retrieve a record of parliamentary proceedings for the lists. He said that the Deputy Speaker had given the Prime Minister up to Tuesday next week to provide answers about the missing people. The police in Irandongo are investigating circumstances under which a 45-year-old man was hacked to death over 90,000 shillings. The deceased has been identified as Hamuza Anigo, a resident of Kisenyi village in Kimogoro parish in Mutunda sub-county. It is alleged that the deceased on Thursday afternoon went to demand for his money from Gaddafi Galuga of the same village. He was demanding 90,000 shillings from Galuga. However, upon reaching Galuga's home, the duo picked a quarrel after Galuga refused to pay the money. In the process, Galuga picked a panga and severely hacked the deceased on the head, face, and neck, killing him instantly before he took off to an unknown destination. Peter Mokoli, a resident, told Liberty FM in an interview that they heard Amigo screaming for help and rushed to see what was happening to him, only to find him lying dead in a pool of blood. They immediately alerted police, who rushed and picked the body that was later conveyed to Kiliandongo General Hospital for postmortem. Julius Akiza, the Alberton Region Police spokesperson, says it was too late to save the life of the deceased since he had already breathed his last by the time police arrived at the scene. Akiza says the police is hunting for the suspect, who is currently on the run, adding that upon arrest, the suspect will be arraigned before court to be charged with murder. Moving on, dear listener, Koboko district authorities are struggling to recover Emyuga funds after some of the youth misused the money they borrowed from their circles, including using it to allegedly marry more wives. This is according to the Deputy Resident District Commissioner Vincent Mugenyi. The Presidential Initiative on Wealth and Job Creation, EMIOGA, was launched in August 2019 as part of the broad government strategy targeting to transform 68% of homestays from subsistence to market-oriented production. However, Mugenyi said his office has received several reports of mismanagement of the funds by some beneficiaries who borrowed the money from the village and community circles that received the money. Koboko District local government received shillings 1.68 billion to be shared among 54 circles in the constituencies of Koboko North, Koboko constituency, and Koboko municipality.
Business news is proudly brought to you by Equity. To deal with law, Equity Bank Uganda Limited is regulated by the Bank of Uganda and the license A1022. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund up to 10 million shillings. Terms and conditions apply.
In our business news, sponsored by Equity Bank, experts have asked the government to prioritize cocoa growing as one of the country's major cash crops. They urge that the crop is generating more revenue and is considered as the fifth largest export in Africa after Ivory Coast, Ghana, Cameroon, and Nigeria. Addressing journalists in Kampala yesterday, Hassan Baguma, the chief executive officer of Cocoa Agronomist, said the commodity is on high demand and the government has done enough to add value to it. The Copoco County MP James Bolivar said cocoa has been struggling without external support. You're still listening to Liberty FM News, proudly sponsored by MTN and Bakery Uganda Limited. This is from outside Uganda. The world's longest serving head of state, the president of Equatorial Guinea, has been sworn in for the sixth term in office. Teodoro Obiang Nguema Bosogo, who is 80, took the presidential oath before inspecting a military parade. He declared he was and always would be the leader of all Equatorial Guineans. He first seized power in a coup in 1979. Critics say elections since then have been rigged, with the opposition largely prevented from taking part and the media controlled by the government and its allies. To wind up our newscast this afternoon, dear listener, I recap other top stories once again. Mpuga Nabaja discuss missing opposition supporters, world's longest serving president starts sixth term. That is all we had for you this afternoon. Stay tuned because the program continues with Esther Akiiki.